Welcome everyone to another episode of Getting Mixy. This is episode number 3. I'm here once again with my beautiful panel of co-hosts. I got Fish underneath me and I got Shane above me. We'll start off with you, Shane. Shane, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good. Sat in traffic for 40 minutes today. Shout out Southern California. I'm doing good. What's going on, Fish Guy? How are you, big man?
I'm doing good, Been waiting to record this for a while now, but, man's stuck in traffic, so.
Hey, bro. Actually, get a grip. You know what I'm saying? Get a grip.
Yeah. I've been chilling. Nothing crazy.
Nick, how are you doing?
Doing good. Probably flunked a biology lab exam today, so yeah, going good. All right.
AFK.
With that being said, yo, let's just hop straight into it. So as you guys can tell by screen, if you're visually watching on YouTube, we got ourselves a bit of a different layout going on. And also you can tell by the title, we're doing a top 10 Call of Duty players of all time list. Now, how it's going to work, as you can see, we got multiple different players. You see like 3 of them, and you see each row for all of our names. We're each going to have our own row. We're going to put 10 players each into there. How we're going to do it is, so we're going to go one player at a time. So we're going to go number 10, explain our reasoning, probably debate between each other. Number 9, then 8. For those visually watching, how it's going to work once you get towards the end of the video, the number 1 player will be on the left. The number 10 player will be on the right. Very similar to a normal tier list. One last thing I want to say before we get into this. I remember like a few weeks ago, I saw some other CDL podcasts do something similar. However, not gonna lie, I totally forgot their names. I tried looking it up and I sort of couldn't find them. So, my fault.
Shout out those guys.
Shout out those guys. I wasn't trying to steal your idea one for one, but like, we're lazy. There wasn't really a better way to do this. So, yeah.
Time. Yo,
Yeah.
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Shout out Jimbo.
Oh,
Let's get to number 10. Let's get into number 10.
So how we're going to do this when we list them off, either we're going to kind of go into like a snake order. So Shane's at the top, I'm in the middle, Fish is at the bottom. So we're all going to say it in a row. So this first one will be Shane, me, then Fish. And then we'll talk about it. We'll probably jump on like whoever's got the most faded take between everyone. And then the next one will go Fish, me, Shane, and then Shane, me, Fish, or Fish, me, Shane. All right? Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into it. Shane, who is your number 10 best Call of Duty player of all time?
Number 10 all time. I was debating between 2 players. There's a few other players on the list that I could have been. I knocked off Slasher. I knocked off Arcitys. So it really came down to Shotzzy versus aBeZy for me. And I think aBeZy, as an entire career, he was more dominant in games, and he had like a longer stretch of dominance. So aBeZy is my number 10 best COD player of all time.
What the fuck?
What?
That is way too low. We're not going to get into it. We'll get to it in a second.
It's not. Yo.
My number 10, I am going to be called out for bias cheese. I'm so ready to defend it, though. It is going to be
Simp.
Arcitys. Fish, who's your number 10?
All right. For my number 10, I have the French phenomenon. I've got HyDra.
What the?
That's early. This is early.
I've got HyDra.
Oh, are you saying like too early in his career? Is that saying shit?
Yeah, this is too early in his career.
I thought you meant he was like too early in the list. I'm like, yo, where the fuck do you have him?
Yo, HyDra number 1, baby.
Okay.
Right. I think my answer is the most reasonable out of everyone so far.
No, I disagree fully.
Why?
I'm not trying to be
There's so many better players.
Dude, aBeZy is insane.
Let's just say it for what it is.
20 championships, 20. He's got like 5th most chips, I think. How is he number 10?
How is he number 10? Do you want me to like explain everyone else above my list and leak everything or what?
No, it is really
sure.
bad.
I'll explain it in this way. I think there are better players out there. We know people with additional rings. There's multiple players with additional championships in aBeZy. And let's be honest, last episode we alluded to World War II champs was a fluke. I'll stand by that shit till the day I die. Shout out the demonetization there. But World War II champs is a fluke. -1 chip, -1 ring. aBeZy number 10. Very solid. Very solid. I think Arcitys is faded. That dude, he's out of the league, basically.
Okay, yeah,
he was kicked out. He's been ass. He's been ass.
Half of the fucking players on this list are in the league. They're all retired.
So
that's not even a good point.
They had a better career than
How
Alec.
are we
None of these
attacking my
players-
Alec
none-
Arcitys over
None of these
8?
players got dropped down to tier 2.
Hold on. They all retired before they could. And
Not my
secondly,
fault.
bro, okay, first of all, you can't just take away a fucking ring. Whether it was a fluke or not,
No,
he
okay, no,
has
you
a
can't,
ring. Okay?
Dude, I'm not
Secondly,
willing to take here and say Justin Silly has a ring.
if-
I'm not willing.
If you take away this fucking ring and you take away this one championship, he still has 19 championships. He was still a part of probably the most dominant roster in Call of Duty history with complexity.
Yo, shout out Unix zombies. They were playing plumbers. Plumbers. These guys were handymen.
Dude, I don't know if that was plumber area yet, bro. I don't know if that was plumber area yet.
Oh, they were too young. They were college students. My bad.
Oh man. Hey,
All right, Fishcat. Fishcat, sell me on HyDra.
So
I think by the end of it,
I
sure,
actually think that was
but
most
sell me
fair to
on
take out
HyDra.
for 3.
okay, so
Alex,
obviously,
here's you.
it's probably too soon for HyDra to be in top 10, but I feel
Probably.
like every year he's played. I mean, obviously he started playing Cold War to now. Literally every year he's played, I feel like he's always been a really good player, like easily.
Like
Okay.
top 10 all time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is an
do you
all-time
think-
list, bro. Not.
Do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think he has like the chips that includes champs and stuff to like
Yeah,
validate this?
the chips probably not because of the CDL, like five major thing. But I honestly think that like of all his performances in the years, that he is probably like my top 10 was either Shotzzy or HyDra. Those were the two that I was gonna pick.
Really?
Yeah, and I picked HyDra.
Even
I
though
would say-
Shotzzy has 2 rings.
Yes. I
Interesting.
mean, yeah, I honestly think like
Even though HyDra just lost to him.
every year that HyDra, it's not even his fault,
Let's
bro.
clarify.
It's not even his fault, bro. But like, every year that HyDra
Yes,
plays,
man.
he's always been like a phenomenal player. So that's why I would put him here. I would like not, like 10 was the max for him. Like I wasn't
Okay.
putting him like anywhere near like.
That's fair.
Like, but yeah,
I mean,
that's my reason on HyDra.
All right, Fishcat. Oh,
Wait,
do you have anything to say?
dude. Like HyDra's fucking insane, but he's not number 10 all time. There's so many. Like, listen, his peak as a player, dude. If we're talking like peak for peak, he might be like top 10 or something. But here's the thing: we're talking all
agree.
time. We're talking consistency. He doesn't have the years yet. Absolutely, by the
Yeah.
end of his career, he will be nearly guaranteed top 10 with like how insane he's been, especially
If he
dude,
continues, for sure.
If he literally just keeps his current form up for like another year or two, he probably gets into it, or like he's like
Couple
around the
more
border.
chips.
Right, yeah, exactly. Way too soon. Way too
I agree. It's too soon.
premature.
Like,
Like,
skill
obviously,
for skill?
that's the
It's up there.
argument that it's way too soon.
Right.
But do you think if you won the ring, you'll be top 10? Like this is obviously like
this
what if.
last
If
rings,
he was a 2 ring champs winner,
Yeah, like
I mean,
he's
I'd
still be
hear
on
an
board for me,
argument
bro.
for it.
really?
I think he's still on board because it's just still longevity, bro. We can't
Oh,
throw
yeah.
you to top 10 after like you
What,
know.
4 years?
Well,
I don't
okay,
know.
so
4
he's
years,
been in
2
the league
rings
for
is
2
crazy,
years, but
though.
also you gotta remember, I mean, him being at the top the way he is, it's been like 2. I mean, obviously he was really good in Cold War
Okay.
Vanguard, but he wasn't
Yeah,
winning chips, top
yeah, that's fair.
2 players
Top
statistic.
player.
I mean, besides there was like that one prom in Vanguard that he won, but like that's like a
Yeah,
we count that, but like
Nah,
you know.
That's
Yeah.
a, that's a,
Alright, yeah. That's
So
fair.
so he
Oh,
truly
yeah.
only had like 2 years of like top super
Dominance?
top play. Right? Yeah, dominance. And you
Okay.
can even argue if it was dominant or whatnot. So
I mean, yeah, I mean, MW2 was kind of
I'm
not
so
as good as MW2.
should I defend my Alec take, or y'all gonna let me
Yeah,
slide with that?
I want to
No.
I want to hear you, Alec. Why is he?
Okay, so
Ooh,
I'm gonna spoil here a little bit. So I left out JKap on the list, okay? And
What?
so JKap, he was right. It was pretty much between him and RC's. So this is going to sound faded, but I need you to hear me out. They pretty much have had the same career, but just Arcitys has had it in a time where it was harder to do that, and not only that, but his consistency I think was way more impressive. He was
Oh,
he was
that's
just
true.
like he was like a better player than JKap.
Nick.
What?
Nick? He had Simp and aBeZy running around doing
With the
everything.
boss song, with the boss song.
Bro, he had
With
multiple
the
years
song.
where he
With
didn't
the
play with those guys.
song.
So it's like, bro, IW, he was such a fucking good player, and that was his fucking
I mean, yeah,
rookie
fair.
year, bro. World War
Bro,
II year, yeah, he didn't win anything, but he was still statistically a really good player. Ball knowers know that. BO4, absurd. You say, oh, he's always up at BZ. Guys, he had the same KD as them at champs. They all dropped 1.3s. You're acting like you some bum that dropped a 1.0.
Okay, sure, that might be true.
It is true, not might be, is.
Okay.
Continue.
Statistically, that is a true statement. But, dude, it's not hard to win when you have Simp and aBeZy on your front line. It's not hard. It's not hard at all, actually. Bro, I promise you can throw me and you in there and we'd win with Simp and aBeZy.
Bro, Litigo was struggling to win with these guys. He won 1 chip a couple years ago with them. Litigo, and I rate that guy so highly, but like...
And guess what? Litigo's not on the top 10 list. Litigo's not in tier 2
right.
where Alec is.
Alec, dude.
He shouldn't be there. JKap's a better player. JKap had a better career.
But listen, yeah, like we're talking careers, and it's like, bro, like, okay, when we talk about like these arguments, we don't really...
one player.
Right, but that was against plumbers. That was against plumbers. Dude, JKap was falling off statistically by fucking AW. Alec didn't fall off statistically until like MW2, maybe Vanguard.
Champs in AW.
Right. But he was getting carried by Clayster and Attach and John and Apathy and Slasher. He was getting carried. The argument you're trying to use for Alec right now, I can literally use for JKap. Guys, let's talk about AW champs where he got second place, and the reason he got second place because he dropped a fucking 0.7 over the event. Litigo probably still hasn't forgiven him. Let's talk about that too. Has Alec ever dropped a 0.7 at champs and costed his team that fucking hard? No.
No, but Alec's in tier 2. JKap will never be in tier 2.
Bro, dude, if JKap kept on playing, you would have been fucking tier 4. Like,
you would not have been tier 4. Get a grip. Get a grip yesterday.
Not to mention, okay, Alec, he might be tier 2 because what? He's fucking winning in tier 2. He'll probably get back into the league. He arguably should have been like this. Dude, if fucking Vegas Falcons didn't rob this last spot, he would have been in the league. So, like, if you think about it, he's like technically in the league.
He's not in the league. I don't know what to tell you. He's not in the league.
Listen, if you're going to say technically X has 1 ring, Alec is technically in the league right now.
I guess
I'll agree with him. Fuck
yeah,
I'll agree.
Okay.
X has 1 ring. Fishcat, number 9. We've heard Nick's fate to take. Fishcat, number 9, please.
My number 9 is Patrick Price, Aches.
TeePee. Why?
Wait, no. We're gonna enter our players.
My fault.
Yeah, I forgot. I was about to say.
Yo, I'm tweaking, bro. My fault.
Yeah.
My number 9 is KuavoKenny.
KuavoKenny, I like that. My number 9 is JKap.
Nice.
JKap.
Where's JKap?
Because he deserves this list.
No,
because he's a top 10 player of all time.
For me, he's number 11. He's right there, bro. He's right there.
Right.
Okay, so who's... I just think y'all are disrespecting Ace too much. 20 chips.
I was like 20 chips is pretty like insane, but
2 rings too.
I honestly, but in my opinion, compared to other players on the list, I don't think he's up there.
Okay, why is he not
the
up
rest
there?
of my list?
For both guys, why is he not up there? Without like saying too many names, like
skill, current competition, and number of rings eventually.
Wait, what do you mean by current competition?
The CDL is better players than the fucking plumbers we keep referencing.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I just realized something, Shane. You got JKap over Ace, bro?
Yes!
How?
JKap's a better player!
He has less than half the number of chips.
So?
Bro, dude, you keep on dragging about, JKap, best player B1. Bro, Ace was like best player B2. Like, and guess what? One played against plumbers, one didn't.
Also, let's shout out Karma BO2 Yemen dropped a 27 kill streak. Shout out that guy.
I forgot about that.
I love DB3 for that. Oh, DB4. Oh, JKap 3 rings. DB4. Oh, JFK. I think looking at the remainder of my list, it's either they are a better like skilled player, they have more chips or more like rings, or just better competition.
Okay, but there's like 4 players with more chips than Aches, and it's all the OpTic guys.
And all those guys are above him. Spoiler alert.
Right. Like,
Spoiler alert.
I think most people watching this would know that. I mean, just like your reasoning, it's like... I don't lie.
There's a number of chips taken into account. There's number of rings taken into account. The level of competition taken into account. Things like that. And who I think is a better player is taken into account.
Okay.
I feel like-
How do you determine that though? Do you go like peak for peak, consistency for consistency?
I give it the eye test, and I'm like, wow,
You give it the
HyDra's
eye test.
insane.
I like that
Aches.
sense creation.
Yeah, you give it the eye
Okay,
test.
so you think eye
Yo.
test wise JKap was better than Eggs?
Yes. For sure.
Damn.
You gotta remember, I've always ran an AR. So, like, I have a special place in my heart for, like, AR players. Yo, Hagrid would never make my list, but shout out BO2 Hagrid.
Aches was an AR by like AWBO3. He didn't run a sub for
Yeah.
too long.
But, like,
Granted, he was at his peak with sub, but
he was at his peak with a sub.
in
Aches-
BO2 was
Historically-
dominating. Not to mention also Ghost. He was really fucking
Yo,
good at too.
that's not even. Wait. That's not even. On
Not to
him.
mention one event in
Everyone-
AW with stitches in his hand against Prime OpTic.
Wait, what?
By
I didn't know that.
Everyone ran a vector in freaking
Oh,
Ghost.
yeah, dude, the vector.
That was a 4 vector meta. That's not. I'm not giving him credit for that. That's just bad design.
It was actually
No,
4 vector meta.
Okay,
Yes, you would run around
but if you
with
were
4
if you were
vectors and
number
gun
one
everyone.
in vector meta, that still counts.
You think he was number 1 in vector meta?
Okay, no, that's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying if
Wait,
if he was number one, then that
what you
counts.
said.
Don't put
That
words
is
in my mouth, bro.
exactly
No,
what
that
you
is not.
said.
I'm
Don't
not
put
saying
words
Aches was the best player in Ghost. I just think like you're underestimating Aches. It's weird that you're
I know
overhyping
Aches is
JKap
insane.
BO1 and you're underestimating the fuck out of Aches BO2 and Ghost.
No, I understand Aches in BO2 and Ghost was a phenomenal player, but so if we're talking about the Ghost roster, Crimsix was insane. He was also insane. That dude had the highest kills in S&D for like a decade. Crim was insane. The entire squad was insane. So like, no, it's not just Aches.
Wait,
If I
wait.
think-
Yo, TeeP was perma-hill, bitch, bro. But anywho, okay, I agree.
Yo, I'll say it like this: OBJ wins games. You're not gonna win a hard
does
point
win
if you
games.
don't get in the hill.
Shane's creation.
You're
Good
not
take.
gonna win.
Good take.
Yo, someone has to be the hill kitten. Someone has to be.
Oh,
This is
yo,
how it has to be.
I don't like term Hillkin. Yo, we got to listen to
What?
Bruce and say King of the Hill. King of the Hill goes so much harder.
That's it, fam.
I mean, sure, but like, yo, you just called TeePee a hill bitch. Like, we're not much better. Like, what are we doing?
You had Quava, right?
Yeah, I'd have Kenny my number.
Nick
Though.
does.
Is that fair to take? Is that respectable? Do I need to defend
I mean,
myself here?
like,
Over JKap?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this is gonna be so funny. This is gonna be so funny, by the way.
What? What's funny?
What's funny?
Yeah, what's
Yo,
funny?
are we done saying it? Are we done saying it? Are we done like
What?
criticizing? Because my number 8 is KuavoKenny, baby.
Okay.
My number 8 is KuavoKenny.
Respectable. I like that. My number 8. Who's my number 8? My number 8 is aBeZy.
Ooh. That's lower than mine.
Okay.
Fish, who's your number 8?
Yeah. He might be a little low, but it's Mr. Formal.
What the?
Whoa! Yo, this guy's going balls deep on Kenny 4 rings number 1.
Oh
This
my
guy
God.
is continuing. I love you for that.
Yeah,
Fish.
he has
Yeah, I
rings.
love
He
you
has
for
two
that.
rings. Wait.
Kenny 4 rings. I love you for that.
Kenny shot 4. Yeah,
Yo,
nice.
low key, I thought you threw up a 3 at first.
No,
Low
Kenny,
key.
Kenny 4 rings, bro.
Wait, dude.
Dude,
Okay, dude, we
why-
have to press Fish here. We have to press him.
Why formal so low?
Absurdly low.
I said it's more like I just think that there's players just better than him. But obviously, like, yeah, he was good. He was good.
Really good.
He really good.
Really
Is
good.
IW
Best champs performance all time.
Yes.
Bro, he's
I-
probably
I-
got like the top 2 best chance performance of all times. One thing I love looking back on COD history, yo, everyone forgets World War II formula champs. That guy was nearly on the same level. Granted, top 6, I know,
Never
but
know.
like
Yo.
he was nearly on the same level. It was a fucking insane event,
Dude, Fat Matt is so good in grand finals. Shout out his
Oh.
Silver Surfer here in
COD,
Halo.
in COD, in COD
But
he
that
is.
dude is godlike in grand finals. He always finds a way to just drop numbers. Always.
Okay.
I mean,
every
he
time.
has a really high win rate. He has 23 chips to his name with 31 finals appearances. Only 8 finals he lost out on in COD.
Isn't that crazy?
That is insane. And
That
I
is-
can only
that
name
is
so many
crazy.
of them like off the top of my head right now.
Right. IW, he lost to United.
Right, yeah, like, and then There might have been like an MW like this also counts like online stuff too. So like MW19
Oh,
when he
okay.
lost to like subliners at the home series,
Right.
and
Yeah,
and
that's
shit like that.
insane. That is insane.
Okay, so Fish, so I like without leaking who's ahead, what's the argument that they're better than Formal? Like, is it peak? Is it consistency? Like,
I mean, yeah,
what
I
is
think it's
it?
like pretty much just all time pretty much. Like, yeah, I guess peak, I guess you could say. But like the people on my list, I say
Well,
all
you
time.
can't say
they'll
peak
be
because Formal
better.
has the
You can't
highest
say peak.
peak.
Oh yeah,
You can't
true,
argue
I guess. I mean, yeah, true. That's fair. But that's like, in my opinion, all time, the people I have above them are just better than them.
Okay,
I
dude,
think that's a
we
little
gotta
low.
see like who's
Yeah,
like I don't want you to like
I-
leak, but like
I know I can't leak, but
All right. I agree with my Kenny here. Nick, you had Kenny one behind.
eight's pretty fair. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
pretty fair.
so you
Not
have like
like-
easy at 8, right?
I do have BZ at number 8, yes.
Yes.
Do I need to defend that, or is that a fair? I think
I
it's
mean, like,
okay.
it's-
Well, like it's gonna make sense with my next pick. I
Okay.
have
Oh, I know
ideology.
who's next
You
then.
already know who's next. Well,
Yeah.
this is like my line of reasoning. We'll probably get into it more, but it's like
If
is really
Abe is
good,
there,
2 rings,
This
10
person has
chips.
to be there.
The only reason he isn't higher for me is just like he has a ton of finals appearances. I do rate that highly, but like a ton
Silver
of flaws.
Surfer.
Right. Okay. So should we get into number 7? Fish. Who's your number 7? Who is one spot above Matt Fuller?
It's Mr. Quavo himself, KuavoKenny.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Okay.
Okay, I'll go next.
I'll hear
Number
it.
7 is, as you can guess, Simp. I do have Simp and Abe right next to
Damn.
each other. Shane,
Damn.
who's your number 7?
My number 7 is Fat Matt himself, Mr. Piper. Mr. Piper. And
Bro.
You'll have him way too low.
With-
You just
okay.
harped on Fish for number fucking 8 and you have number 7.
but-
That's like the same
wait,
spot.
That's
You
not
said
the
you
same
said
spot.
our Kennys were the same, so therefore your formals are
me
the
and Shane
same.
have Kenny and Formal
No.
swapped.
Okay.
Bro.
I cannot leak the rest of my list. However, everyone above Fat Matt on my list has a minimum of 2 rings except for one player. Which I think, you got, I think that is taken into account. I think, Fat Matt did retire pretty early. He sort of left pretty early. Yeah, he didn't
Did
play
he though?
When did he retire? Cold War?
After Cold War?
after Cold War.
So he played like AW to Cold War.
Ghost to Cold War.
No, he played
Ghost.
Ghost.
Oh,
Yo,
I
he was
forgot Ghost.
insane at Ghost, by
Oh,
the way.
absurd.
But, like-
But Shane, but Vector meta doesn't count.
When did I say that? I said the Vector meta doesn't count.
You were trying to say that when I was trying to argue 8 was good, and you were like, "Oh, Vector meta doesn't count."
This is revisionist history. I said I'm not giving Eggs credit as a godlike SMG in Ghost when every team ran for.
Oh, that was
vectors.
why I just said he was a good player. That's all I said.
Oh my god! Get a grip. Actually, get a grip.
So
Bro.
was Formal a good Ghost player? No. Do we count that?
Yeah, Formal was a good Ghost player.
Okay, so
But
Formal is a good
it's-
Ghost player. We have to count X as a good Ghost player. Is X a good Ghost player?
No,
Shane's creation,
my-
yes or no?
Yes, Ace was a good
Okay,
Ghost
thank
player.
you,
My
thank you.
point was about him being a sub. Everyone ran a sub. The point's about a sub.
And so did
not-
Formal, and this is the only year he fucking ran it. That shows how much of a cheat code it was. It doesn't count. It doesn't
That was my
count.
point. That
Ghost
was my
doesn't
point. That was
count.
exactly my point.
Ghost
That was my
doesn't count.
point.
I thought
I
you said
said
that's
everyone
wrong.
ran a sub, so I'm not giving him credit as a sub player. That was my
No.
point 20 minutes
Okay,
ago.
no.
That's
Listen,
my point now.
Formal doesn't count because he's an AR player, but Eggs count because he was a sub.
You're not going to tell me how I think. Get a grip. Okay, get a grip. Actually, get a grip. But
Okay, so
Matt-
Wait, what number are you on?
thinking about the names on this list, quite a few of them had time played in like BO1, BO2, MW3, things like that. And also in more recent years, right? Like we've all spoken about KuavoKenny. You just brought up Simp and aBeZy. FishCat mentioned HyDra earlier. They've all played in like
Somehow.
this newer. What?
somehow I took on the top 10. Anyway, sorry. I was just saying a one-off
Right.
word. Why'd you stop?
Bro, because
I
I
just
had
fucked
to
up,
hear
bro.
you out. But I think Formal played at such like a weird time. He's not a current like relevant player, and he didn't play back in like the heyday. You know what I'm saying? Like when COD like initially got big. I think my personal heyday for COD is like BO3, maybe BO4. Shout out BO4. And like
Wait, do you
obviously
say
was
he
playing
didn't
then.
play in the heyday?
I'm talking. Most people's heyday is like BO2 and stuff, which he didn't play.
Oh.
And then I said my personal heyday is like BO3. Shout out BO4,
Okay.
which
yeah,
obviously
sorry.
he did play in, and he was very good in. But like, he didn't play in like the prime time BO2 days. He's not playing now. He had like a weird segment in his career, you know. And from like Ghost, which had like an insane TTK, straight into jetpacks, back onto boots. Like, he had like such a weird time played that I don't know. I feel like it's not. I'm not gonna forget him ever, but like, I think looking at his career, it's easy to overlook things. You know, it's easy to overlook how he was in World War II. It's easy to overlook how he performed in BO4. It's
Okay,
easy
so why are you
overlook how he
overlooking him?
performed. Why? I mean, I wouldn't say he was insane at World War II. I know he had like
no.
some
I'm
good events,
not gonna sit here and
obviously.
say he was like fucking insane, but like
Yeah,
World War II, he had his moments. Maybe even had like the peak event of World War II. Like statistically, BO4 was pretty good as well.
I would also say he wasn't insane in MW 2019. I wouldn't say he was insane in Cold War.
No, I wouldn't.
Like I feel like those are forgettable years for Fat Matt, which he also admittedly didn't get a ton done in those years. So like I think if you're having multiple bad years as a player, it's easy to be like, hey. Also, he only has 1 ring. Everyone above him has a minimum of 2.
Okay,
on
but
my
he has
list.
23 chips. How many players above him have? Shane, like just looking at your list, I'm going to assume there's 1, maybe 2 players above him that he has over double their amount of chips.
Yes, and
how
I
much
know
stock
exactly...
we put into rings?
Oh, wait. I know exactly who you're referencing because they are next. I will say they are currently playing in a they chat. They are currently playing in a harder time. Yo, Fat Matt never had to see Kenny or I'm so sorry. Fat Matt never had to see HyDra on the map. Yo, sorry. I'm still looking at my list. It's typed out, but like HyDra is who I meant.
Wait. Yeah, he did in Cold War. In Cold War.
No, bro. Cold War HyDra was not.
He was probably shitting on him too. Actually, no. They lost him at champs. Never mind. HyDra didn't shit on him.
Oh yeah.
But also, the players you're referencing, sure, they might be Silver Surfers a bit, but there's also way less events being played now. Way less events being played now than previously. AW had what, like 14 events or something?
Yeah, that's
okay,
crazy,
right? But like we can't just sit here and do what if cheese. I mean, okay, so like
I'm not doing what if cheese. I'm just stating a fact. My next 2 players have played less events.
Unfortunately, you do have to sort of count that against them.
A shorter career.
Like, okay, but like you're making excuse to them, like, oh, they don't have many chips because they played less events. So it kind of is what if in the sense like, oh, well, if there was more events, they probably do win more. And I would even agree with you to that they probably do win more. But how much more is it? Is it guaranteed that, oh, if there's double the amount of events in Cold War, they win double the amount of chips?
I mean, like, maybe not exactly double.
Right,
but they probably win at least 2, maybe 3 more.
Okay, right. I mean, probably, but what if they only won like 1 more? And then that year doesn't look as dominant, and then we tarnish on it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, but like, unfortunately, that's not the reality we live in. They won every event in Cold War except for like 1.
2.
Oh, 2. They lost 2. I'm so sorry. But like,
shout out Nicky D.
Shout out Nicky D. I love that guy, bro. Shout out, Benjamin Bance. But yeah, I think, not to leak my next 2 players, but like, it's not their fault. We can get into it
here a little bit.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to go next?
Is it my turn? Whose turn is it?
No, it's my turn because I said formal last.
Right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, true.
So if you want, next player, here.
Yeah, my next player is aBeZy. It is not aBeZy's fault. He's playing considerably less tournaments. It's not his fault.
Absolutely not his fault, but that's just reality.
I mean, I know it's reality, but also reality. He has double the rings as formal. That's a reality, and that's important.
And less than half the chips.
So?
And I fucking love
less than half the events as well. Like, what are we doing?
It does he have less than half the events though?
Dude, over the past 2 years of the CDL, formal played more in AW alone. What are we talking about?
Okay, but see, I mean, here's just the issue with like the aBeZy Simp conversation for me, and this is like kind of like me like my take a little bit. So No, I'm not even against like my list. It's like because like I'm
Wait,
guessing
wait,
I'm
wait,
guessing
wait,
that
we're
like
not,
I
we're not
What?
supposed to be discussing mine yet. You're supposed to say yours
Oh.
and then fish and
Oh,
then
yeah,
we
Well,
discuss.
I mean, but like we're kind of okay. No,
All right,
I
fine,
don't want
fine,
to get to
fine,
mine
fine.
yet because then it's gonna divert us a bit. Okay. The issue with Simp and aBeZy is okay. Has there been like less events, maybe to get less chips? Sure. Their issue though is that they've been in a fuck ton of finals and have just unfortunately thrown away a bunch of those finals. Shane, they only have aBeZy. Simp has I think 7 less finals. aBeZy only has 6 less finals in formals, but he has less than half the chips for the third time I'm saying that. He's had the opportunities. If they had capitalized,
He's also playing
played
better
a little
players.
better. Okay, maybe. I mean, dude, they played
What do you
LG
mean,
in a
maybe?
final. They should have won that. Okay, like I mean,
Okay, they should. Oh yeah, we're gonna nitpick one event. I'm down.
It's a weird argument because like okay, I think they are like technically playing better players, but like that's just where the peak is. The ceiling and peak of the players have gone higher. The consistency's maybe gone higher, but you can only play up to whatever level there is at the time. And the thing is, like with Formal, he was like top
The
of
final
that
boss.
ceiling. Right, yeah, exactly. Simp and aBeZy, we look at them as final bosses. They are absurd, but when it comes to
Simp 04 was the final boss.
being that okay, this is like the issue with them, okay? Simp and aBeZy are the final boss, but they get beaten and overtaken majority of the time in the last crucial moments. Formal was that final boss. He was always that final boss, never got overtaken as final boss until like halfway through his career.
Did you just say Formal fell off?
That's what he's saying.
I didn't even like say it's just that like World War II BO4, he wasn't like final boss, you know? Even though not to mention there was like still moments where like you saw it though, you know? Like I said,
you saw
War
he
II
was like
champs.
him.
War II champs, he was him, and like almost like nobody talks about that anymore. And to speak about War II champs,
I see what you're saying.
my number 6 is Patty P.
Patty P. Okay.
We won't get into
Fish
too
Cat?
much fish. What's your number 6?
Oh
Fish
yeah,
Cat?
my number 6 is also aBeZy.
Okay.
Fair brush himself.
That's easy. There you go.
Okay, well, since me and Fish are on the same page, Nick, you've definitely alluded to it already.
I've absolutely.
Yeah.
2 rings, 20
He
events.
has 2 rings, 20 chips. Had his moments as a player where he was absolutely insane. Part of the most dominant roster ever. One of the 2 dynasties the esports ever seen. Not to mention with these 20 chips.
Whoa! You
he's
think there's
also
only been 2 dynasties? There's been an argument for 4.
4?
4 for FaZe.
There's been an argument.
For Rico Impact. Are you gonna say that?
For Rico Impact, FaZe,
Okay,
OpTic,
but
and
like,
then
dude, they lost it for like a third of a game. That does not count. That just doesn't count. So, I mean, not to mention, Aches was in 27 finals as well as on top of that 6 different Call of Duties with titles. I mean, there was like periods in Aches' career where like, I mean, yeah, he was like a bit of a stinker player, but it's so hard. Like, guys, he's 20 fucking chips.
It's hard to win 20.
There's only a handful of players with more chips. Which, by the way, I do have all the players with more chips above him, plus another guy.
I think I do as well.
But right, and like as you should. But like, there's just so many fucking chips throughout a majority of those chips. He was a really good player. He wasn't just a bottom of the barrel player like he was maybe BO4 and M19.
When are we going to mention like he was playing plumbers? Like when does this get brought up into conversation? I need to know. Because you can't say he's playing plumbers.
I didn't
against
know
me
OpTic
and stuff.
Scumpii was a plumber.
Yeah, I don't even know.
What a beautiful cherry pick out of Nick Zombies here, by the way.
This guy loves.
I never once said Scump was a plumber. I never once said that.
Sounded like you're alluding to it. I don't know.
But he was playing plumbers. Like he played plumbers. You think every player he's ever played against was insane?
I mean, dude, like, okay, you're acting like...
that's a question. That's a question that needs an answer.
Yes or no?
Not everyone they played against was a plumber. Maybe a handful of teams.
That's not my question. My question is, do you think everyone Patrick Price has played against was good? Or are there some plumber Joes in there?
There's like 5% of the players he played against were plumbers. Max 10%. Guys, he was having to beat your so-called dynasty for Rico Impact in a few of those finals.
Yo, I did not say they were a dynasty.
You were trying to make an argument. You're like,
no, I said there is an argument said. I'm not making the argument. I'm just giving extra
All
information.
right, so let me ask you, Shane, are Karma and Haggy plumbers?
No. Why are you cherry picking Karma and Hagrid?
Please don't mention the other two players. Please do not mention the other two players.
Like, why are we doing that?
Don't say killer.
Yo.
Don't say killer, or else I lost the argument. I lost the argument.
That was his
Yo,
thing.
shout out Adam Killasloss. That
Oh,
dude
like
is
I
a
said,
lunatic.
I was doing
He's
well.
so funny.
I was like,
I was
what
good.
is his name? I forgot what his name.
And also Miracles too, man. Poor Miracles. But I mean, like, not to mention. Okay,
Dude,
I
I feel
can't.
like
I
he was
can't sit
wasted
here and name
talent.
like every fucking roster he's ever been in a final. But like, he's definitely had to beat Scumpii for chips and Nadeshot and Clayster and Karma.
Well, yeah. Well,
I
all
mean,
those
like
players have beaten
a
Ace for
ton
chips.
of good players. I mean, not to mention World War II. He had to beat y'all's goat KuavoKenny. He had to beat Lamar when he shot back. He had
in
to
a
beat.
fluke, in a fluke of a series.
I mean, like, okay, it was a fluke, but like World War II, I don't know. It's weird. Like,
Like,
it
their
actually
search was
was
really
a
good
fluke.
that event, but it was a fluke.
But it's not like they went from 0 to 100.
Zero
They
to
did have
zero.
moments in World War II where they looked good. They even made the finals of Seattle that year, and they had to play against Prime Rise Nation that made the best losers bracket
Right.
run in history.
Yeah,
So he
I'll
was
just
also
say
having
it
to play
like
against
this.
Litigo
That's
and
true.
Pierce for chips. Is Litigo and Pierce plumbers?
Nick, I am not calling Litigo or Big P a plumber. They were clearly the best two players in World War II. No, they're not plumbers. I'm not referencing the good players we have on the potential list of top 10 best players all time being plumbers. Clearly, that's not who I'm talking about.
Okay, well then if
Clearly.
I'm mistaken, who's the plumbers that Aches had to beat to win
Okay.
championships?
Okay, chill out. Chill out. We're not
Who?
naming names here.
No,
Chill out.
no, you're
Chill
trying to call
out.
people plumbers. I'm not. The only people I'm calling plumbers are like the people JKap bullied in BO1. Who was a plumber and called it ghost that Aches had to beat for championship.
Time out. In BO1, are you calling Aches and Seth Scump Abner the king of plumber? Because
king.
JKap had to beat
The
them
king.
for it. So go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no,
We're
no,
going to
no,
flip
no,
the
no,
script.
no,
Go
Is that the
ahead.
plumber?
Tell me they're a plumber. Go ahead. Nick Zombies.
I
thinks
don't
Seth
think
Scump
Aches
Abner
is
plumber.
a plumber. I think Aches is a top
Oh,
6
but he
Call of Duty
didn't
player
say
of all
Seth
time.
is the plumber.
And Scump is also
Oh.
at least top 5 without spoiling. Guys, don't clip that. I did say he's number 5. Okay.
Next time he just said Scump doesn't belong on the list. Get him out of here. No,
dude.
obviously, I think the good players that we all collectively agree on as good players are good players. Like, you're trying to nitpick into me saying that these good players are dog shit. They're not dog shit. Some of them are
you say you
dog
played
shit.
against dog shit players for chips.
No,
That's-
I just said in general. He played plumbers back in the day.
Okay, he maybe played plumbers and pool play to make winners. Maybe. Was
Maybe
he
more
playing
than
plumbers to win championships?
I mean, yo, you talk so badly about Lamar accuracy. You call that guy a plumber.
That's nice.
I did not call Lamar a plumber.
Yo,
Wait,
if you're
I-
leaking my DMs, I might have to leak your DMs.
I was literally arguing earlier. I was like, yo, guys, he beat Lamar in like the 1 year that guy shot back.
Damn.
WH for
my
that.
fault, Lamar.
Where's
My
Brett?
fault, Lamar.
Where's
I love
Brett?
you.
I love Lamar.
But no, obviously,
Lamar's
good players are good players. Like, what are we talking about? Good
The
players
good-
are good players.
Good players are good
Right?
players.
It's so crazy.
And
I'm
Ace
so
is a
crazy.
good player with
This
20
gets brought up every
championships.
time, I swear.
It's so crazy that you think Seth Scump Abner, the king,
That is
and Ace
not-
were plumbers back in BO1. That's
Okay,
so
that's not what I
crazy.
said. Okay,
That's so
we're going
crazy.
in circles. Let's move on so I can defend the Scum take. Fish, who is your number 5 best COD player of all time?
It's Clayster.
Grayster.
I think
I'm
so.
scared now. I'm
Yeah.
scared.
That's what I'm saying. This is where it starts.
Number 5 is
you-
Grayster?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Nick,
my number 5, it's Fat Matt.
Fat Matt.
If I find him.
I could see that.
There he is.
My number 5, similar to number 6, Simp.
Yeah.
Simp and aBeZy. I think Simp is a better. I'm gonna just defend mine off rip. I think Simp is better than aBeZy. I think in BO4, Simp being able to pull out the sniper is far more impactful
Yeah, true.
than what aBeZy was able to do.
Wait,
I think Simp.
I fully agree with your take, but we think op abusing is more impactful than entering a bomb site, Shade?
What?
If we're talking about BO4 Simp where he was getting 3 per round with a sniper,
Bro,
when he was getting 3 per round with a
Simp
sniper.
was insane with the sniper BO4, probably the best sniper BO4. He was not averaging 3 a round. You're thinking about the units clip where he got 3, and you think about maybe the gridlock clip where we got 3 against Thieves. Like, that wasn't the average Simp sniper. He was insane. He probably was averaging a kill round with the sniper, but not 3.
That's insane.
Yo,
I do fully agree though. Simp,
you just agreed the 2 clips you're referencing are all I'm looking at. By the way, Simp was getting 3 per round.
You cherry picked 2 rounds out of probably 1,000 rounds played.
You're cherry picking. I'm cherry picking. Let's start eating, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Okay,
but no,
we don't have to defend it too much because I think we all agree Simp
2
over
rings.
aBeZy. I think, I mean, I see Shane and I are under the same agreements. You kind of have to put them together because they have the same accomplishments. It's just Simp is he's just been a better player. He's got more MVPs and stuff, and
also not
kind
just that he has played 1 less season than aBe.
Yeah, but you count that against him. He was stuck playing with Sender, bro.
Yo, wait, that's the GOAT.
And diabolical. His name was early his skill, and God, he was diabolical.
Oh no! That's
another bridge burn. Count it down.
Another bridge burn. Fish, you gotta defend yourself here. I think for someone with 3 rings, they're a little too low. Even though number 5, I think they're a little too low.
All right, but I assume with Clay being my number 5, you know what my number 4 is.
I think that's crazy.
No,
that he's your number.
You don't?
Well,
no.
Not guaranteed, but I
know who you're talking about, but no, I don't know exactly.
I just think it's insane that guy's above Clay on a.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, if we want to, okay, I think this is gonna help our conversation, so we can really rip into Fish here. So let's go into our number 4s real quick, and then we're gonna rip on Fish some more. Okay. So Shane, you gotta go next. Wait, what? No,
I said mine first, and then you said yours, and then Fishcat just said his.
Oh right, okay.
So it'd be Fishcat next.
So what's number 4?
MVP himself, Simp.
Chris Lear.
Do we want to leave it there, or do you want to do our number 4s as well? Do we have the same number 4 by chance?
We probably. I assuming your list. Is my list. Yeah.
I'll just say mine. I have Clayster.
Yeah, my number 4. I also have Grayster.
Okay.
3 rings.
So how the fuck is Simp above Clay all time?
Okay, I have Simp above Clay because obviously Clay has 3 rings. How many chips do you have?
18.
20 something. 18.
18 Simp is 10.
But I've always thought that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I always thought that Simp was always a better I guess again all time. I can see it, but I honestly think that Simp is just an all time a better player than Clay. Obviously, the rings and chips.
Statistically, is that true? He has less rings and less chips. Is he actually better?
I mean, obviously, yes, less ring and less chips. But
okay, so once again, we're talking about here, consistency. Okay, I mean, Simp has been a top player for many years.
Ace has been guaranteed a roster spot for 2 decades now. That dude's sort of consistently on a team.
Right. Yeah, obviously, every year he's been on a pretty good team, but I feel like he's I didn't go into stats very much, but I don't know. I thought Clay was always just a pretty average, above average player, even with 3 rings, 18 chips.
All right, so this is the problem, guys.
Above average might be an
I'm sorry, Fish, but this is just new generation watcher cheese. Is Clayster above average nowadays, or maybe even just average?
I mean, obviously,
He's
unfortunately,
average now.
Yeah, but guys,
all time
Advanced Warfare Clayster. That guy was insane AEW champs. Not to mention, I mean, I think it goes under the radar. I think BO3 and IW, who's pretty serviceable too. He wasn't AW BO2 Ghost levels. Those games he was insane at. AW BO3 BO3 IW above average.
Yo,
for sure.
This is just such a random thing, but my favorite Grayster moment, outside of falling off the maps, of course. Oh, and outside of BO3 when the refs were like, "This is an unintended line of sight," so he made a 10-minute video. Is this unintended?
Wait, what?
I think it was half an hour, bro.
Dude, Fish, in BO3, there was obviously the jetpacks and stuff, and you could get very high up. You could land on super weird ledges to just see things. And a ref was like, "That's an unintended line of sight." And Grayster lost full. He made a 30-minute video. It was like, is this an unintended line to say? I'm allowed to be here. I'm not getting like killed or anything. Should I? And dude, it was so good.
No,
but
I love
outside of him
Clayster.
falling off, outside of the video, my favorite Clayster moment was on BO2 raid. This dude's always been such an innovator. He pulled out the crossbow, shot wipe Van from laundry side, and like, yo, Clay has always been an innovator, and he's always been so good at the start of games that like it is crazy that you have Simp above him. Like, I don't think Simp is an innovative player. I think Simp, like, skill for skill, probably going to be a better player by the end of it. But like, I don't know how you don't have Simp and aBeZy together since they've had the same career, and they both have less wins, chips, rings as Clayster, and a significantly shorter career. I think that is crazy. Wait, Fishy, are you just a new gen? Wait, thinking about it, you have
No,
you have
that's like
number
literally what I was
10?
arguing. He just said
Yo,
Clayster is
I
like
know,
above
I'm
average at
thinking about
best.
that. I know. I'm like thinking about how you said that. Yo, he has HyDra, KuavoKenny, and Simp.
He has
Bro,
HyDra in his top 10
10
all time.
Bro, we just have Kenny from a flipper. That doesn't count.
Okay,
That
so
does count.
I will say, like, I don't even necessarily hate on all-time lists that might have Simp, like, 2 spots above aBeZy. Like, they don't need to be, like, right next to each other. But yeah, the fact that
like,
Simp is above Clayster, I mean, like, I just, like, I rate that so highly with all-time lists. It's just, like, being around for so long, and not only being around for so long, just, like, being so good.
Sure.
Simp most likely will be above Clayster. Like, literally just, like, one more ring, and he's probably above him.
Probably above.
But
He hasn't done it.
He hasn't done it. He has been around for as many years. I mean, dude, Simp probably still has like half the time being a professional COD player, maybe even like still less than half that. Like Clayster's literally been around
For 2 decades.
Yeah, like it's
shout out Ponytail Clay.
It's insane, man. It's just insane.
I never knew how to point though. But yeah.
Oh, old Clay had the ponytail.
See, he doesn't know about ponytail.
Yeah,
he
I
doesn't know
didn't know
about
that.
AWMP. He doesn't know about
He doesn't know anything.
crossbow raid on
Alright,
white
number
Yeah, I think I heard of the crossbow, but like
number
three.
3.
I'm scared.
It's my turn.
I'm scared what he's about to say. I think.
No, I think my number 3 is correct, and I have the king, Seth Scumpii Abner, number 3. Nick, your number 3 is my number 2, bro. So go ahead.
I have Damon Karma Barlow. And then Fisher,
4
do you
rings,
have
by the way.
for number 3?
I've also got the king.
What the dude? I'm like the only person with like a normal list. Okay,
Bro,
Why?
My list is garlic, bro.
okay. So I'm gonna probably have to argue here that why Damon should be number 3.
I'm gonna defend. Oh gosh,
Who are you defending?
my number
Nobody.
2 pick with this.
Should we?
Go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
since it is a top 3, do y'all just want to go actually through it? Like Fish, you want to say
Okay.
your 2 and 1? I'll say my 2 and 1. Shane, you say your 2 and 1, and then we'll
just
start
hash it
talking.
out from there.
Yeah,
Basically, the argument is between 2 and 3.
Yeah,
That's
right,
right.
exactly.
Everyone
and then
has the
it's
same
like
number
once we say our 2, I think everyone has the same one. Okay, so
Yeah.
so Fish, so say in order who's your number 2 and 1.
I'll say number 2 is Karma. Number 1, Crimsix.
Number 1, Crimsix. Mine is number 2 is the GOAT Seth Scump Abner, and my number 1, as
King.
predicted, Crimsix. Shane.
My number 2, DB4, Karma 4 rings, and my number 1 is obviously Crimsix.
Of course.
And
of course.
I'm gonna lead off the discussion with this Karma versus Scump debate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna that's
we all
the
agree, like,
argument here.
Crimsix is number 1, right? Like,
Yeah,
easily?
Crimsix
Right,
most
yeah, we
events,
don't argue
3
that. So-
rings.
Yeah, okay.
like,
in case some
longevity,
people need to hear the
consistency.
argument, 3 rings, most chips
Longevity,
by like a mile.
consistency.
Yeah,
Right.
played forever. I don't think we really have to
a part of
argue that.
both like recognizable dynasties.
Right,
Like
yeah.
Crim
Yeah,
was
true,
him.
true, true.
One of
Like
two
Crim was
players.
him. But I understand Scump at his core is a more mechanically gifted player, and I understand that Scump at like championship wise, he has more, right? Obviously, random thing here. He has both X Games gold medals. Shout out that time in COD.
That
Only
has to
player to
count for
do that.
something.
What
Only
game was
player
that?
to do that. COD Ghost and
And AW.
AW.
Okay.
But like obviously, as a skilled player, you would obviously want like Scump's skill. But something about Karma, he just knows how to win. And at the end of the day, that's so important. When it comes to the big games, he knows how to win. When it comes to champs, grand finals, That dude's there, and he's there to win. Dude, he didn't even react in IW. That was just another day in the office for the guy. He just stood up and looked around and like, all right, man, that's cool. So like, I think rings matter. And when you have 3 rings versus 1 ring,
rings matter too much.
and you both have over 20 chips, like rings actually matter a lot.
Seth has 30. His number starts with a 3, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I thought I had 20 something.
No, he has 30.
Also,
and how many does Damon, Karma, Barlow, 4 rings have?
24.
Okay. We're in the same ballpark. We're in the same ballpark.
6 championships, bro.
Okay. And Karma
Not
has
to mention
2
nowadays we
additional
have like
rings.
6 events in a fucking year. So like if someone nowadays is trying to win 6 championships, that's gonna take like 3 fucking years. Unless you're on like a dynasty team, then I'll take.
When
2.
I made this argument earlier about Simp and aBeZy having less events, you're like, well, that's not. Oh well.
Right.
So like, I'm null and voiding your point here.
How?
But
it's just truth of the matter. There's nothing they can do about it. That's just truth of the matter, though.
Okay, so how many chips is 2 rings worth to you? If you were a player and you had the option between 2 rings and 6 chips, which one are you taking?
Okay, dude.
You're taking 2 rings. You're taking 2 rings, yes?
Don't cherry pick. Okay, this is the issue with
the
all-time lists.
That is a
No.
argument.
That is not the argument. That is not the argument. That's not the
Scump has 6
argument.
more chips.
That's not the
Karma
argument.
has 2
Listen,
more rings.
We're not making
have
a
Karma's
list based on
closing
who has more rings. We're talking about who is the better Call of Duty player all time, and this is the argument for Scump.
And we are using.
We're using what? We're using what, Shane?
We're using their accolades. We're using their achievements. We're using everything taken into account. Correct.
Everything taken into account. Are we, Shane?
Everything.
Are we?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go through it.
I don't know if you are.
Damon, Karma, Barlow.
That does not count for anything. That does not count for anything. That does not fucking count for anything.
Count.
Okay. Let's cherry pick. Who is more aura? Who is more aura? If we're going to say dumbass stats, who is more aura?
Probably the 3 players with 3 rings.
No, them.
Scump,
King.
Probably
next.
them.
King.
Next. His name is the King, so like that's hella aura.
His name is the King. He has most aura. Anyone? Next.
Wait, DB4 has hella aura. What are you talking about?
I agree, but like it's the King. Like
he's King. He has more aura. Next.
Okay.
Next point.
But you have refused to answer my question. Would you rather 2 rings or 6 chips?
That is not the argument.
If you're going to acknowledge accolades for something, I need you to answer my question.
I mean, would I take 2 rings over 6 chips? Sure, but guess what, Shane? That's not the argument. We're talking longevity as a Call of Duty player. Scump has won chips in 10 fucking titles. And he's the only one with that many titles won. Number 2 is like Crimsix with 8. And not to mention, Scump was absurdly skilled. He was the GOAT. He put up insane fucking statistics that nobody else in the world put up from like BO2 all the way up until IW. It was World War II. He started to fall off. And guess what? His fall off was 1 event with a fucking negative KD and it was a 0.99. Whereas Karma, you know, like, yeah, he's putting up his stats in like BO2 Ghost. I don't want to put like absurd amount of stats, but just like Scump was just so far ahead of everyone else for so fucking long. I have to put him ahead for that.
Okay, there's a few issues here. Right, there's a few. Some of these, the 10 different titles, he's playing plumbers. BO1, he was playing against plumbers. MW3 was playing against plumbers. Unless you're not counting that. We're not counting those years.
Okay.
Because
we're counting.
Okay,
but like,
he was playing plumbers back.
By
in
the way,
day.
he's won in 4 more titles than Karma. You only named me 2.
Okay, that's fine. Also, let's talk about it because their roles aren't the same. Seth's role has always been go kill. Karma's role historically was not go kill. There was points in time earlier on in his career where it was go kill, but you have to admit over the years he transitioned more into an OBJ oriented player. His job is not to go kill. Karma could go kill. Don't get that twisted.
Not on the level of
go
Scump.
Kill.
He could non-level Scump.
Okay, maybe not on the level
starting
of
with
Scump.
like AW throughout the rest of time. No, he could not. That's why Scump was in that role. That's why Karma was in his role.
Right. So their roles are different. So they're not expected to do the same thing. Again,
No,
earlier you
because
agreed,
Karma couldn't do the
OBJ
same thing. Karma
OBJ
couldn't.
wins. OBJ wins. Without Karma, those teams aren't winning that much.
Bro, if
OBJ
Scump
wins.
wasn't dropping in
If we're talking
1.2,
about
they
the
have like
best-
half the chips.
Yo, they had
If
Fat
you
Matt
replace
shooting
Scump
back.
for like
You
anybody
had-
else, bro, they have like half the chips.
That's just delusional, and you know it.
How
if
is it
ZooMaa was on
delusional?
the team, ZooMaa would be a fine replacement back in AW.
ZooMaa.
Yeah, AW. That's about it.
We go year by year and get
Okay,
a
but
player
that's
to
cheap.
replace him.
You can't just take the best player from every year that's behind Scump and be like, oh yeah, we'll replace him and then like he's good. No, that's the thing with Scump. He was so fucking consistent. He was always there. Nobody matched his level of consistency. He like once again the thing we're talking about Matt. He was the ceiling. All the other players like they maybe got close and Scump was and then his fall off. Oh, it was like that much. Like he was right fucking there. Whereas Karma, you know, BO2 goes and then AW and then like BO4. I'm W19. I'm off the screen.
I feel like you're harping on the skill thing, and if you're gonna harp on like skill for skill, rather than like everything taken into account,
Everything's taken into account.
I don't feel like you're. I feel like you're prioritizing skill for skill rather than accolades.
Scump has more chips.
Karma has 3 times the rings.
Scump has more chips.
Karma
And
has
has
3
one
times
on
the
more
rings.
titles, which counts for longevity. His longevity is literally longer. We're talking an all-time list. His longevity, his consistency, better, longer. What's the argument?
What's the argument against it?
Yeah.
Karma has 3 rings. Karma might have not
And
won
that's
in the
it.
same amount.
And that's it.
Yo, I've been respectful this entire podcast. I let you speak and say your points. I would like the same respect in return. Yo, you see how this guy treats me?
Right?
Jesus.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
saying.
Jesus. Yo.
Twisting.
But if we knock down 2 of the years where Scump was literally playing plumbers, BO1 and MW3, he is not the longevity goat you're speaking about because Crimsix has the same level of wins across different titles. Also, you're bringing up stats. Karma could still slay. He might not be the same level slayer as Scump. He may not even be as electric or flashy as Scump. But Karma doesn't have to do that. Karma knows how to win, which is why he has 3 fucking rings. Karma knows how to win, which is why he has 24 championships to his name. Karma knows how to win, which is why he always had to play the OBJ. Karma, at the end of the day, is more of a winner than Scump is. Scump might have won more on paper, but in the big time moments...
No, not on
him and
paper. It
Karma
literally
Karma was
happened.
there.
Oh
Yes,
my god.
but the big time moments, Karma was there and done that. When they won an IW, Karma stood up like nothing fucking happened. And Seth was screaming his head off because Karma has been there and Karma has done that twice before. Because it's another day for literally the second best player of all time. Scump was new to the club. Scump was new to the club. Without that Fat Matt performance, they're probably not there. If JKap doesn't drop a 0.7 and Fat Matt doesn't drop a 1.5 on people's foreheads, he might have not even been there. He might have not even been there. There's a universe he might have not even been there. And you have to at least acknowledge that idea. And you would not have Scump anywhere near this argument. Rings matter at this level. Think about the people we have in our top 4. 3 ring. For me, it's 1 ring and then another 3 ring. For you, it's 3 ring, 1 ring, 3. We're talking about a different caliber of winning here. We're talking about a different level of winning here. People could win chips. Doug says for Martin has 4. Like, people could win chips.
Zinni has 2.
Zinni has 2. People could win chips, bro.
MVP
Not
of the
everyone
player.
could be a champs winner. Not
Okay.
everyone could win rings,
Firstly,
let alone 3 of them.
Firstly, I want to say in IW, the reason why Karma was so chill, nonchalant, was because he's like, oh shit, I have Formal and Scump on my team carrying the shit out of me. I just probably dropped my 0.8 or whatever. I'm all good.
I
with
said
it.
the same argument about Alec Arcitys with Simp and aBeZy, and you're like, but he's so good.
They
He's
all
so
they all
good."
dropped 1.3s. Karma dropped a 0.8 when Fat Matt dropped a 1.4. That's not the same. Alec Arcitys dropped
Wait.
a 1.3 with their 1.3. They
Wait,
were
but like-
equal. They were equal. Karma and
that
Scump
math
were
lines
not
up, though.
equal. Hey,
That
be
math lines
respectful.
up, though.
Be respectful. Be respectful. Let me talk. Secondly, I hate this fucking narrative you're trying to apply that like Scump doesn't know how to win. Okay, maybe Karma might do that fucking dirty route play that gets you like an extra round on S&D or maybe like an extra hill break or something. But guess what? Scump can do the same thing. He just charged down the middle, pop fucking 3, and he does it consistently.
What it takes to win.
Both
that's what we're
take to win. You need to slay and you need to do the fucking dirty work shit. Both take to win. And
yes, but one
here's the
is
issue,
more important than the other. How many times have we seen a team get outslayed in hardpoint and still win? Repeatedly. We've seen it several times throughout the history of hardpoint.
There have been way more teams that have gone outslayed and lost, that have gone outslayed and won.
I agree. However,
so what's more important?
However, to argue what's more important is them having OBJ. You can kill me 100. You can kill me 100 times, and I can kill you 25 times. And if I have 250 and you have 140, I still win the game regardless of your kills.
Okay, right. And how many times is that ever gonna happen? It'll happen once out of 1,000,000 times.
That's not the exact point. Those numbers are just thrown out there.
I know.
We have seen repeatedly that teams that do not excel in slaying can still win hard points based off of teamwork, communication. Depending on the game, their ults and their ult cycles. Based off streaks, we've seen several different teams, several different rosters over a plethora of games now win an OBJ-oriented game mode without having the kills for it.
Dude, I can only
Karma
name
could still win without the kills.
Teams that were like so good at consistently doing that, and I can only name a couple teams that were so consistently outslaying yet like losing. Like the first examples that come to my mind, like World War II Red Reserve, they were really good winning hard points, getting outslayed. FaZe was notorious for outslaying, and they only win by like 10 points or like they'd lose. Right. But guess what? You notice how I had to go back fucking 6-7 years to even point out fucking teams?
That's you.
It's not a consistent.
No, you're looking for a consistent team to do it, not a consistent. How many times it happens per year. You're looking for a team that's doing it, not a
right. And you can name a couple
year
teams
year.
in Call of Duty history where they could consistently do that.
Right, but the fact is, people could still do that because OBJ triumphs kills. That's the point here. Karma playing OBJ is more impactful for them winning because OBJ is what matters when you're trying to win. OBJ is what matters. Hill time wins you the game. Capturing the flag wins you the game. Defusing the bomb wins you the game. That's what matters. OBJ is more important. You could drop a 1.5 and lose. Similarly, you could drop a 0.81 and win. OBJ matters more than kills.
Guess what? Scump dropped 1.5s and won. And if he didn't drop the 1.5, he fucking lost. But guess what? He was more consistently dropping 1.5s for like half of his career than he was dropping ones.
He was dropping 1.2s, and he would still lose.
For years straight. AW won everything. BO3
not everything.
Won like half the tournaments. IW won like half the tournaments.
Okay, and BO2 he was still dropping those kills. Where were the wins? And Ghost he was dropping the same kills. Where were the wins?
Nade shots, dude. The so-called OBJ King. He was stuck with nade shot and couldn't win with him. But guess what? They traded him out.
Nade shot, the OBJ King.
Well, dude,
Nade shot. I love you. I love your team. I hope you got a new headset. I hope you got a new headset. Take a break from Valve, brother. But he is not the OBJ King. Sometimes he's the butterfly and got on fly. He's not the OBJ King. He is not. You could argue Karma is. Mr. 3 Rings himself.
Probably is. But dude, I can't just... Okay, and here's my thing with Karma too, okay? Since y'all wanted to do it so bad for some of the other players, we have to do it for Karma. Karma's drop-off at the end of his career was pretty detrimental. He literally stepped away halfway through World War II because he couldn't get on a fucking team. Nobody wanted him. Then OpTic had to take him back for BO4. And not to mention, like, OpTic probably one of, like, a few teams that even wanted him in the first place. They won their one event, but guess what? Oh, that was fucking Dashy Masterclass and Scump doing his thing. And then guess what? We go into MW19 and, like... I don't have a nicer way to put this. He was low-key a bum on Surge. Like, I'm sorry, there wasn't a nice way to put that. But where's Scump... I mean, not like literally his fucking floor his lowest low is like a 1.0. He was so fucking good. Not to mention that was only like a few years. Even towards like the tail end of his career, like Vanguard, he had a pretty fucking good year. MW2, yeah, he only played like one major, but dude, that guy was there like insane in
MW2. On
MW2.
Zinni and said, "I'm out."
Dude, I so wish that guy like play the rest of MW2. He was so fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, but we're like. I mean, like I hear you. I think you're underplaying
a better
skill.
player.
Okay, no, but he's way better though. He's not just better. He's way better. If we're talking skill, Scump is consistently the most skillful player of all time, and it's by quite a margin too. Now, obviously, that's not what we're talking about. We're counting everything, but he has arguably the best skill of all time. He has second most number of chips. He does unfortunately have one ring, but he also has won in the most COD titles. He's been throughout a very long period of time. Like, the most winnings player in the longest period of time.
You could pick quite a few of these apart. Sure, Seth is like a better slayer, and he's more consistently a slayer, right? But I would also argue on the exact opposite side of the coin, Karma's OBJ is significantly better than Scump's OBJ. And if you refute that, you don't know ball. Like, you might be taking like some punky
Scump
takes
was never
here.
put into the OBJ role. He didn't get to play the role, so I guess we'll never know.
But like, get a grip. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was the argument they're trying to make.
Fine.
Roll cheese.
Okay,
even though not to mention COD rolls, like they barely existed after like AW.
Oh no.
Whenever we've seen Karma have to be a slayer, yeah, he only stepped up and was a slayer. By the way, fun fact. In case you forgot, back when it required him to slay rather than playing OBJ, he was able to go get kills on the map. Just to mention. Just to mention. Wait. What do you possibly mean by?
There might have been like a handful of maps like IW and BO3 and AW were like he had to like step up maybe.
Oh, so across three different titles, by the way,
go like 30 and 20 when Scump wouldn't go 40 and 20. Like, yeah, like he might have to do that a few times. But
wait, so did you just admit across at least 3 different titles? Karma had to step up in slaying, and he would step up in slaying. Is that what you just said?
He had to step up.
That's exactly what it sounded to me.
Scump is so consistent. He would have to step up in place of Scump, maybe like 1 in 30 games. Scump was that consistent, bro. It might even be rare than that. It might be like 1 in 40, 1 in 50. Scump was that good. You could probably name on like fucking one hand how many like negative series he had in AW. Karma, I mean, like. You know, like, okay, it would take multiple hands. I don't want to play him, but like Scump, he has a fucking gap over Karma when it comes to skill. He does.
Yes, I agree. And similarly, Karma has a gap over Scump when it comes to OBJ. How are you confused?
Where's the confusion? Bro, this is just our fundamental disagreement. No, Shade. This is just our fundamental disagreement. I think kills are more important. You think OBJ is more important. That's what all it comes down to.
OBJ is what wins.
You are not going to win if you can't get a single fucking kill.
Correct. But my counterpoint to the kill thing versus OBJ thing is we've seen numerous teams in history and numerous players in history get outslayed and still win an OBJ game mode.
Like I said, I can only name one. Not to mention, okay, Shane, so let's look at these teams filled with dirty work players. Seattle Surge MW19. Oh, wow, we have Karma, we have Slack, we have Enable. Wow, that's a fuck ton of dirty work. Yo, they'll probably win so much with how much OBJ work they can do. Oh, wow, they're like bottom of the league. Oh, wow. Who would have thought a team that can't get kills is at the bottom of the league? Wow.
We surely we're going to admit more issues than just that. Like, surely.
Whoa, what's up?
Are we gonna not mention how Octane himself got fined like $30,000 that year?
What did that have to do with the team not being able to fucking win a match?
We're talking about team chemistry. We're talking about the game being like a good game to play.
Octane was so mad that his OBJ players couldn't get kills. He was like, oh, guys, yeah, your routes, they're cool, whatever. But if you're getting turned on all the time, like, does it matter? No. Mr. fucking One Thumb got turned on, Slack got turned on. Like,
yo, no way we're dissing Ian Enable like that.
I love Ian Enable, bro.
I love Ian Enable.
Yo, cool COD fact here. Ian Enable is the only player to play for OpTic and be flawless in grand finals. Shout out Ian Enable.
Shout out
AW.
The more you know.
I mean, this is
Yo,
absolutely
he
a
might be
sore
my honorable
conversation.
mention.
That's like kind of
Yeah.
like what I was saying. We just have that fundamental disagreement. Like, okay, obviously, all the time, I think everything comes to consideration. But like, if you're just talking skill versus OBJ, I absolutely think skill and kills matter more. So that's not to say OBJ doesn't, but it's just how I see it.
But
You
if
need
you're
kills to
going
win.
skill for skill, why is Simp not higher? Why is Fat Matt not
Because
higher on your list?
because he has like none of the accolades.
You self-admitted that Fat Matt was the final boss. How come he's not higher? Because he's lacking in the accolades, right? Guess who is not lacking?
He has
Karma
12
3
less
rings.
chips. He literally has less chips
Karma
than
4
Karma,
rings.
and like
Karma
Scump
4
almost has like double
Karma
his
4
chips.
rings.
So yes, I have to put Fat Matt. I mean, dude, okay, yo, if Fat Matt had 30 chips as well alongside Scump, I could try and argue that. He literally has less chips and less rings. The reason why you can do the Scump argument is because like, 30 chips and he won across 10 fucking titles and he was so good. If Fat Matt
But
was
two
like
of them
the
were
same exact thing.
plumbers, which
Okay,
means he
yeah,
only won across 8.
Oh, okay.
Which means he's
You
tied for
came and argued
Crimsix.
that, Mr. Oh, JKap's so good. Oh, JKap's in my top 10. You came and argued that. But if you'd like to, well, guess what? You only took away 2 titles. He still beat Karma in 2 titles. He got to win in MW19. Karma did it. He won in Vanguard. Karma was fucking retired by Vanguard. But, bro, he retired halfway through MW19. Bro, there's so much of bums in the league. Like, Silly, bro. Like he played Silly and retired. Like, wow.
Yo, my fault, Justin Silly Fargo Palmer. I think you're a
Justin
bum
Fargo
too, but
Palmer.
like my fault.
Oh my god.
Justin Silly Fargo Palmer's
If you weren't
bum.
gonna say it, I had
Okay.
to see. There we go.
I'll say it. Justin. Yo,
Right.
okay. I full disclosure to the people watching. I suggested we have a worst player all time just thrown in here at the end. I got a couple names. Nick vetoed me,
And
but
he's still doing it anyways.
but we might have to. I got 2 names. Please let me.
Why
Please
do
let me
you
just
wanna
burn
show
2
people
bridges.
Sure, fuck it.
Dude,
Whatever.
yo,
Hey, wait,
Bridges,
before you do. I would like to say, player, if you watch this, I may or may not agree with his opinions. If you don't see me verbally agree, I probably disagree. So just know that Shane's Creation talking and not Nick Zombies.
No,
he's
Same
verbally-
thing,
Shane's
same thing,
this
Creation
is
same
Creation.
me
thing.
talking.
Same thing.
Donnie Temp, your ass, and Justin Silly Fargo Palmer, your ass. You guys both suck.
Wait, not
You guys
Donnie.
both suck.
I love
You guys
Don.
both
I
suck.
love
Don's
Don.
good.
Donnie Temp is
mean,
not good.
I
Don
mean,
is good.
Donnie
I
Temp
love
is
Don.
not good. Yo, Don is so shit.
Wait,
He
Don?
retired to make dog shit rap music.
He's
too.
not retired.
He's
Wait.
retired.
Wait,
No,
He's
wait.
retired. He's
Not.
He's
Is
not
Donnie
in
really
the
one of
league. He will
worst
never be in the
players
league
of
again.
all time?
He will never be in the league
Yeah.
again.
Yo, official. How are
And-
they the worst players of all time? The worst player of all time is like Pangram. Recency bias, but like
I mean, yeah, that's
it's a fucker like Panagram or like
That's what I'm saying,
Fastballa.
Just-
Like,
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Oh,
Why
the
would that not count?
comments.
why would that not count?
Why would that? Because, dude, like those.
Okay,
plumbers, they don't count.
are we only counting players with like chips?
Sure.
Okay, so like
Well,
worst
no,
player to
I-
have a chip. You can only be so bad if you have a chip though, bro. Like okay, like I'm sitting there
Silly.
cheating on Silly even though he has like a ring. I mean that's just
Lamar,
personal
maybe?
beef, but like Silly wasn't like that bad, bro.
Yo, Silly was awful. Silly was playing since like MW3,
No,
I think.
okay.
That dude
Okay,
was
yo,
atrocious.
it took him so long to
for
become a good
years
player. But
on
when he
end.
was a good player, he actually was pretty good. IW is pretty good. War 2 is pretty good. BO4 is pretty good. Everything else, like,
Dude,
but like
that guy, no.
the years he was
Yo,
good, he was for sure above average for a pro. And at certain points,
Bro,
he was in like a top.
We'll
X
just say it
percentile.
for it is. If you don't think Donnie Temp is ass, you might be ass. If you don't think Justin Silly
I
Fargo
love
Palmer
Donnie,
is
bro.
ass, you might be
Donnie
ass
Temp
as
is
well.
not ass.
Donnie Temp is ass.
Dude, there
He's
was
not
literally
that
a point
bad,
in
bro.
time he was the best player in the world in like BO4.
What?
Yes,
So
Really? I didn't know that.
bro.
It's a
Don
one point in
Dada,
time.
start of the game, Sog,
Yo,
War Machine. He
I
was
can-
insane, bro.
I can
More-
name
more
so
you know,
many
bro.
players that were so good at. Yo, shout out a Nikki D masterclass with the fucking Rampart. That guy was the best at one time.
Bro, no,
Smart with
he
the
was
bull
still
clip
like
at
like a
one
1
time.
No, they were not
You're
the best.
still gonna call them ass.
No,
Smart, I love. Smart
You're
to
still
shut
gonna
up,
call them
bro.
ass.
I'm
Smart's
not saying
so
one
good shot
eventually.
for, like, best players.
Bro, Temp was insane for like 2/3 of the year.
Oh, dude, Donnie Temp is ass overall.
I
You would
wasn't
not
just
want
like
Donnie
cherry
Temp's
picking like
career.
one event. What?
Wait, you defo did. You defo said, what in BO4 with the song?
Bro,
That is literally a
BO4
specific
Vegas, Fort Worth into like London. He was fucking insane, and then he dropped the song for like the max, and like low-key somehow got like a little worse, but he wasn't even like bad then. He was still like really good. He was still
you know
a
how
top
you
player.
feel about Donnie Temp right here?
Okay, yeah.
Do you feel the same way about World War II Zinni? Tell me Zinni is great.
Zinni was great at World War II.
But
it hurts
Zinni
to say
as a
he
whole
was
is
great.
ass. My fault, Zinni. Pick me up on your Chandler team.
Okay, sure, I kind of agree. Like, I like just
You
talking
wouldn't
skill.
be like,
just talking skill. Don Dada's better than
talking
Zinni.
skill, but they're both ass.
No, but Don
But
Dada's
they're
not
both
even
ass.
ass. Zinni's not even like ass. He was actually like, bro, World War II. Actually, he only got to play one major Cold War. He was pretty good. Vanguard, he's also good for like a stage. He actually had top KD for a stage in Vanguard. He had like a fucking 1.3 or some shit.
Wasn't like Zinni like the best player on the Cold War team? They dropped him. Like
yes, literally. I think.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, it works.
Ass. They're
Okay.
ass.
What are we doing here, guys? Should we wrap this up?
I don't know.
Wait, no, I need to hear who you guys think are ass.
I mean, Justin to the Fargo Bomber, bro. There it is.
Nick, you can't steal both of our answers. Go ahead. Who's ass?
I can't steal, even though he just stole. I can't.
Yeah, he went next, bro.
No. Fish has to say a different player. Then he has to say.
All right, Fish, yeah, say a different player. Who's ass? Yo, you cannot choose Justin Tilly Fargo Bomber, Donnie Temp, or flipping Zinni.
Well, I don't even know that many pros, bro.
New Kachis.
Hook.
You think Hook is ass?
I mean, I guess. I love Hook, but I got like.
Yo, Hook is ass sometimes, but that guy's so good with Shotzzy.
I mean, yeah, but like, that doesn't count, bro.
What do you mean that does not count?
What?
He would be better than Shotzzy on teams with like at points. I'm not saying overall, but like it. Actually, dude, you could legitimately argue like a couple years ago, MW2 Hook was better than Shotzzy. I think you make that argument.
Yeah, fair. I mean, you did call Steam like champs, but like whatever.
Bro, he just said a Hook, bro. Like what the fuck?
Bro, I don't know.
Nick, who's ass?
He was the first person that came to my mind, bro.
You know, some names are ass.
But
just say who's ass.
I am like trying to. Okay. Can it be any player like with the wait, Fish, are you gonna say? Can I take it? What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say Doug.
Oh yeah, you Doug's terrible.
Fresh.
Oh, bro, I just said Doug.
Fresh.
Yeah. Doug's terrible, bro. Whatever.
Doug's the goat, pull up.
Everyone in the comments burned the Doug bridge. So like, there we go. Yeah, I gotta cop out. All right.
Actually, sure.
No, Nick, you stole his. Nick, who is your ass
No.
player?
He didn't say Doug. He said Hook.
He's scared. He's scared.
I'm saying Doug. I took it.
Just say you're scared. Just say you're scared, and we'll move on.
Okay. Fuck this segment. I'm moving on. I'm ready to leave. Let's fucking get out of here. Is there anything closing remarks anybody wants to finish off with?
Kenny for rings. That's all I gotta say.
Wow, wrong. Yo, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Support's been sick. Yo, sure. If you don't agree with my ass takes, like you're just those guys are ass. Like they're ass. You can't say anything else. But I hope you guys have a good day.
Not Donnie, bro.
You hear himself? He calls his own
Donnie
takes
Temp
ass.
Is ass. No, I meant like these ass players. You fuck. You fuck. Crimsix didn't get any love this episode. He's a goat. Congrats, Crimsix.
Yeah, he is. I'm so happy we at least agree on that because I honestly thought like we were gonna maybe agree with like a little bit more. That is like the only thing like we all have in common. Like,
for as little ball as I know, I still know Crimsix to go, and I'm saying.
I'm just happy, dude. I was scared Fish was gonna say some shit like Kenny's the GOAT. Like legit, I was so worried.
Fish Cat was about to argue 4 rings Ken number 1 all time.
And hypothetical.
Put that shit number 1, bro. Oh, I should have.
Bruce.
No.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in the next one. We don't know when next episode will be, but we'll see you guys when that's uploaded. All right. Bye, everyone.